And all right, got it.
There we go.
Let me just da.
You're on mute. You're on mute.
Annie, you're on mute.
I meant to mute on YouTube. So
You're back.
okay, but we're not hearing an echo. Are you hearing an echo, everybody?
Nope,
Okay, good.
it's fine.
It's not bad then. Because if I didn't if I don't mute it on YouTube, typically it echoes, but we'll see. Okay. All right, so we'll give it a few minutes for our friend Claire before we do you got the changes in the meantime?
Yes, indeed I did. And
Okay, great.
they look good to me. If anybody else has any other changes they want made, no problem.
We'll take the chance to do that once Claire arrives.
Yep.
Quickly message her to make sure she's still on. I know that Paul's not going to make it again. You did make some comment about not wanting to add to the list of recommendations because they, and I didn't quite, sometimes I don't understand, Paul, that they wouldn't be things other people would be interested in or something. I don't know. So I just sort of.
I think he was concerned that the rest of us didn't get to discuss it.
Oh, okay.
It wouldn't have bothered me, frankly. I
no,
mean,
it doesn't. It wouldn't, but that's Paul.
But yeah.
He didn't offer any. Hello, Claire. Welcome. Oh, she's connecting. Hi, Claire. Nice to see you.
Claire.
We'll keep it quick there, guys. 5:01, look at us. So welcome, everybody. YouTube is on, so we are live. Let me unpause the recording, though. I did. Yeah, so welcome again, everybody. Okay, so let me pull up the agenda for those of you that don't have. Does everybody have a copy of their agenda or?
Yes.
Yes, it's pretty.
I do.
Yeah, you did. Oh, you do. Okay, great. So let me just bring it up then and I'll take a look myself. Pretty straightforward. Yeah. So, yeah. Welcome again, everybody. Okay, so let me pull up the agenda for those of you that don't have. Does everybody have a copy of their agenda or? Wait a second. Sorry, I had to mute. Let me go back because it's terrible. This live. Okay, so call to order. Janice, please. It's 5:02.
5:02.
Yep. Any declaration of pecuniary interests at all?
Nothing.
Nothing. I got nothing. Okay, how about someone to approve the agenda?
I will.
Okay, thank you, Janice. A seconder, please.
Sure.
Gary.
Right on. Okie dokie. So has everybody got a copy of the minutes? Or do you want me to share my screen so we can look at it together before we approve them? That be easier?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just find them now. I'm going to just share my screen here and they are there. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Yep.
Correct. Okay. So we have the first part, which is pretty straightforward. Okay, and the new business, the recommendations here is where we sort of start. So if we just we'll take a minute, each of us, and read it, and then any comments or questions afterwards. Okay.
As I said, I did read them over when I got your email, and yep. And I do that to Smiths Falls all the time.
Okay, yeah.
I keep giving them an apostrophe when there isn't one. One day I'll learn.
Okay. That's okay.
Hey, if that's the dumbest thing I do, I'll be lucky.
That's exactly. It's not a bad mistake. And just for those who made the particular recommendations, and if you can just double check what you had said to make sure the wording is accurate, please. Scroll up a bit. And then I'll just go through each one of them just to be clear. Okay, so I'm going to start with the water systems. And I think, Claire, this is one of your recommendations. So I don't know if you want to make any changes or modification to what is actually stated here.
I think that is a really succinct, good summary of it.
Excellent. Yeah, I think so as well. That's great. I think stormwater is one word. Looks like it is anyway.
You see it sometimes one, sometimes two.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. So that's great. Okay, so let's so we agree with number one, the first recommendations, I should say. Does anybody have any comments or want to have any further discussion about that first recommendation? Or anybody require any clarification? Bob, you weren't there. So is there anything that you can see with that first recommendation that you have any questions about?
Not really. As you say, the agricultural areas will certainly have different concerns, and that's you might want to again partner with Rideau Valley Conservation Authority in terms of any aspects of the of stormwater management.
Yeah, so maybe we can add that in then, Janice.
We will indeed.
Explore opportunities with so we should put that in now because I'd like to go ahead and approve these minutes with the changes. Otherwise, we're stuck with another meeting, right?
Okay.
So we can add that in. It's a live document, so you should be able to. Have you got it open, or I can do it? Is that easier if I do it?
Yeah, I think it'll be easier for you than me.
Okay. Explore. It's weird how it's not going. Explore opportunities. Sorry about my spelling. With, you know, okay. Is that good? Pretty straightforward. Okay, number two, developing a more detailed tree canopy preservation program, such as that in Smith Falls. Removal of dead ash trees should include with replacement with native species. The Rideau Valley Conservation Authority is a resource for this. I think that was yours, Gary.
I think so.
Would you like to make any adjustments to that?
Not all of it. It was Claire and I together.
Okay, so both of you then, please, if you wouldn't mind making any clarifications or comments to that. Is it a preservation program? Is it called a tree canopy program?
It's a tree canopy program.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I can't remember the exact title of this that they're calling it, but it's widespread across municipalities now.
Okay. So is there something you want to change with that statement?
I think it's good.
Claire, is it okay
Yep.
with you? Yeah,
Yep.
works. Okay. Okay, number three is continue to focus on composting and the other portions of the waste management program, especially educating the residents as to the proper way to recycle and compost.
Recycle, yes.
Yeah.
I should have thought that myself.
Okay. Grants are available from, for example, it's the Federation of Canadian Municipalities. So I just changed that wording of it.
I know there was Federation in there somewhere.
So this was one of my suggestions, and I think it was Claire as well that suggested, but I think we need to explore more opportunities than just the composting when it comes to the waste management program. Claire, would you agree with that?
That's why I had put in and other portions of the waste management program.
Yeah, I wonder if we need to, what do you think, Claire?
Maybe the unmet goals of the municipal waste management plan, because I think that's where we were sourcing. There's a list of topics to cover within the 2011 plan.
Now that's a good way to phrase that. Yeah.
Of the waste management plan.
From 2011.
Plan. Especially educating the residents as the proper way to recycle and compost. I Yeah, that's a secondary thought for me. For me is, I mean, it's, yeah, the education part is important, but I wouldn't say that's the most important part. But is there anything you want to add to that or change to that, Claire, now that we've got it rewritten? You okay with that?
I certainly am.
Claire, you okay with it too?
Yep.
Okay, so those are the three recommendations that we had to pass on to the next council. Number 4 is, I don't know if that's not really a recommendation, but
It's as we discussed it. I think what that grew out of was the idea of, we're there to help,
okay,
and
okay,
there can be things we can do and can assist with.
yeah,
And we just wanted to emphasize that we're still here and we're still prepared to actually do things that obviously we can't do everything, but there are things we can assist with. So that was just that basic comment that we're here to help.
yeah. I don't know if that's a recommendation though.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I
What
mean,
does anybody else think about that? Claire?
If you guys are okay with turning it into a bit of a recommendation, we could say we recommend that council utilize the Environmental Advisory Committee to bring a climate-focused lens to decision-making in the municipality more generally.
So can you repeat that, please, Claire? I'm a terrible typist. We recommend that council.
That council utilize its Environmental Advisory Committee to bring a climate-focused lens or view to decision-making in the municipality.
Second, the spacing here is all wrong too.
good heavens, I skipped 5. Well, never mind. I can't count either.
You're on a tight deadline.
How's that, Claire?
No.
Oh, I don't know the spacing of this. Just bear with me a second. I don't know why it's not letting me space properly.
At the end of 2
put it
on
in
the
a-
upper line. On the upper line, at the end of 2, lens 2,
Lens
put your
two.
cursor there, right? And
Yeah.
then do what the heck do they call it when you
Hit
drop
delete.
down to start a new line?
Enter, return.
Oh,
There you go.
thank you, guys. Small
My
bit of light.
computer has been doing something very strange lately, and I have to figure out why on earth that is doing that when I've got things set up otherwise. But I suddenly realized I figured that out myself. Not that it's the right way to do it, but it worked.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to clean this up a bit, and then I'm just going to ask for, does anybody have any comments, questions, anything that they want to add at all before I ask for a motion to approve these suggestions? Yes, no?
Did we not hear from Paul?
No, I did ask Paul. Paul's response was that he, it was a very strange response. To be honest, I can't remember what he said, but no, he didn't want to send them something about thinking that others wouldn't be interested or something. I didn't quite understand what I did ask for clarification, but he didn't respond. So I don't know. I think we have to, Bob, at this point, we have to approve the minutes with the changes. I don't think we have the time to add another list of recommendations. I think.
Well, these are recommendations you'd like to send to council.
Yeah, because we'd like them to be included in the next set of minutes. So,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
unfortunately, we won't be able to do that. So, not for lack of trying, though. Okay.
Now,
so
mind you, nothing says as well that these are the only things we think
No, no,
should be
no.
looked at.
it's a
These
starting
were
point.
sort of the top priorities
Yeah,
as they were
exactly.
discussed. I think that's a fair way to phrase it.
I think so too. Yeah, it's definitely a starting point for the next committee. So I'd like a motion then to approve with changes the recommendations for the next council. Recommendations is the starting point. Anybody like to make that motion?
Sure.
Claire, thank you.
Thank you. A seconder, please. Gary, can you?
Gary, thank you.
Okay, excellent. So that's wonderful. And I think that that's it for us, folks. I think that's it that's our last committee meeting. We know that there won't be any, an opportunity to make any changes in the upcoming months until the new council comes in. Hopefully, with the new council, things will move forward a little bit quicker and these committees will get up and running quicker so that things can move forward. But I would like to thank everybody so much for all they've done this last 4 years. I know it's been frustrating for most of us and we've had some ups and downs, but I appreciate the fact that everybody's stayed committed and we've all attempted to work together. So I'm as your chair, I'm very, very grateful. So thank you, everybody. And on to bigger and better things with lots of changes in the future. That's what I say. Anybody have any
The
comments?
opportunities are there, and I appreciate, especially since I disappeared for the first year, thanks to that ridiculous job I had. Thank you for hanging on to me. But I've learned a very great deal, and I'm very grateful for that. And I'm quite prepared to hang on, no longer working, and contribute whatever I can. It's been a pleasure.
That's great, Janice, because having some continuity onto the next committee is always helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've been at this for, this is my 5th term, I think. I've been at this for a very long time. So anyway, anybody have any comments or any questions or anything before we adjourn?
Just a quick note, I just got an alert. There's another thunderstorm warning.
Mother Nature's not happy. We know that. So anybody else? Claire, do you have anything you want to add or say, or?
I just want to say thank you for chairing and thank you to Janice for taking on minutes. I really appreciate that as well.
Very
So,
hard.
Yeah, me too.
My pleasure.
Yes, sorry, I did not thank you, and I should
Oh,
specifically, Janice. I apologize. Gary, is there anything you want to add?
Oh, I think I'm good.
You're not good. You have nothing to say.
I'm
He's the diplomat on the committee.
I guess most of the time that's my role.
well, then you do it well.
Yeah, thankfully that's not mine. But anyway.
We all know your role.
Yeah, we all know my role.
That's okay though, because that's what makes it better, right? We have to have people that are going to look at things slightly differently so that it adds up to something that is, better for everybody, like it works for everybody. I think that's the big thing is.
Absolutely. That's a darn good point, Gary. Yeah.
You have to have something that, it has to be moderated by more views. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that we made a really great team. I really enjoyed working with all of you. And Bob, thank you for being part of this committee. And I know, as I said, there have been ups and downs that just were part of the experience that we've had with council, but onwards and upwards, as I said. Anything that you want to share or say, Bob, at all?
Well, just like to thank you all for your service to your community. You are a committee of council, but you're working for the municipality, working for your fellow citizens. So on behalf of your fellow citizenry, thank you for your efforts. And we are, how would you put it? No one is opposed to the environment, as opposed to, we don't all follow the same route. And hopefully, in the future, your future council has an opportunity to take advantage of your suggestions.
Well put. Thank you, Bob. Okay, everybody, it is now 5:19, the shortest meeting ever. Thank you again, and until 2023. Okay. Thanks, everyone. So you'll actually, I can probably submit, Janice, I'll submit those the minutes.
Sure. I know you have to sign them anyway, and you've got
Yeah.
the document right there, so
Yeah,
go
so
right
I'll just-
ahead.
I'll submit
Yeah.
them, but I'll CC everybody, of course, on it, on the document.
That's the.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, everybody.
Okay.
Take it
Take
easy.
care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.